What up? Good morning, GMG. Tuesday, July 23rd, 2020. A lot of fun out there. Today we have extra points. Look at that. Another beautiful day to have a beautiful day. I got my co-host of the house, Tyler Mando. How you guys doing today? Good morning.
I am doing great. This is my fourth office setup in 4 days.
Wait, where are you? You've been like in different places every call I've had with you this week.
I know, man. Like, I fully lost it. Having to set up my whole setup again today.
So where are you exactly? Not the dogs.
I was in France, and then I went to London. But then I was around London yesterday seeing some family, and then I actually just checked into a hotel because I was just like, I need to find like one place where I can just be for the next 2 weeks.
So you're in London?
I'm in London.
You're in London. Okay. Mando is in London. Okay, perfect. It's funny, like every show and every call I've had with Mando the last 3 days, he was different place. Guys trying to make through anywhere, whether it's a restaurant.
The call yesterday was a joke. Like the call that we did, I was like, oh my God, the phone service died, or like my internet died. And I was just like, you know what? I've just had enough of this. I'm checking myself into a hotel. Like, I'm not dealing with like Wi-Fi at family houses and that sort of stuff. Like
Mando checks in during the advisory call from like 3 different devices in like 30 minutes. It's like, dude, he was so sick of it at the end. He was like, fuck this. I'm sick and tired. Tyler, how you doing today?
I'm good. See, ETH ETF launched it. How can we not be hyped to the max? Not the most exciting open, but hey, I think to be expected. But we're doing good.
Big day, big week, in the words of Barry Silbert, who is max turbo dumping every single piece of Ethereum he can find in any wallet. But anyways, today on the show, today, market report as usual, crypto, macro, all that good stuff. Obviously, heavy ETF conversation on today, but we're looking good. We're looking good, lads. You love to see it. I spent like 30 minutes this morning just going through all the ad campaigns and everything. They're so good. Like the Van Eck ad was great. I saw Hunter Horsley, who's the CEO of Bitwise, on CNBC this morning, and I also watched a video of BlackRock and how they're pitching Ethereum to their book. So it's actually pretty interesting the way all these ETFs are approaching the Ethereum. Then Tyler's top 100. I can already see your new favorite coin being mentioned in the comments here, Tyler. Every day we've got a new coin. And you absolutely love to see it. And then we'll be joined today's show partner, actually API 3 will be joining us, all things data. So we'll be chatting with the API 3 theme. And then last but not least, Robin Spins on this glorious day. Is someone going to win a punk? Is someone going to win a pudgy? I added 2 pudgy penguins, 4 punks, 6 miladies, doodles, red guys, mutants. You know how it is. I'm still adding some NFTs to the box right now, but hopefully we get a big hit today on this historical day. So that'll be fun. But anyways, let's talk about these ETFs. Mando, let's get into it.
Who is the man, macro daddy of the land? Can you dig it?
Yeah, so we have the big headline is these ETH ETFs. We have 9 launching today. We're only about half an hour into trading, and I'm seeing like mixed reports. Obviously, it's like sizably lower than the sort of volume that we saw for the Bitcoin ETFs. I think in the first half an hour, we've seen about 50 million of volume, and the Bitcoin ETF saw around 200 million of volume in that same time period. So it's that's lower, but it's not materially lower. I think that's 32% of what the Bitcoin ETF volume was in this first half an hour. So yeah, like that's not terrible. Obviously the ETH Bitcoin ratio is at 0.5 roughly. So yeah, definitely not the worst figures I think we've seen.
Why is the timeline flooding the shit out of Ethereum? That's one thing I will not allow. This is crazy.
Well,
I'm not
well,
even
I
the
think-
ETH anymore. But
Yeah, I think the thing about ETH is that it's kind of become a one-dimensional trade more, or at least maybe there's two main drivers. The first is the ETF right now, and the second thing is like tokenization. And the tokenization thing has been, it's been going along. They've got 500 million, obviously, in the BlackRock fund. Maker want to put another billion into treasuries. Like it's moving along, but it's not crazy in terms of adoption so far. And the ETF is like the other main driver, but because so many people are using Solana for everything else, those are the two strongest narratives for ETH right now. And this ETH ETF, I think, is going to probably be the second best performing ETF ever. But
yeah,
it's just not enough, really, I think, at times to kind of justify the valuation. So I think
it's crazy though.
Well, I just think that ETH is probably fairly priced. Let's put it that way. I think Solana is underpriced. I don't think ETH is going to go materially lower, but I find it difficult to paint a picture where it like doubles. That's basically in my mind. I'm sitting there going like, I think it's a little bit.
Are you fighting?
No, I mean, it's a rel val. It's a rel val
Did you
thing
just say
here.
you don't see Ethereum doubling?
I don't see it doubling before Bitcoin or Solana. Let's put it that way.
Okay, that's a good job catching up on that. What you said. Just kidding. But I see the timeline right now. It's just like max bearish, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like yesterday, we had the ETH mini trust right from Grayscale move $1 billion to Coinbase in order to seed their ETF, and everybody's like, oh, they're already turbo dumping, dude. They were literally just like seeding what people were gonna buy, and everybody was assuming that like everything's going to zero. So I just found that funny. But you know me. Farouk Permabull. That's what Wizard has me on my name as his phone. In his phone.
They'll have that ETF is going to see outflows. I think nothing has changed from what I said yesterday. Like people will dunk on it in the short term, but actually over the long term, this is bullish for ETH. This is good for ETH. I don't think this causes ETH to go to some crazy valuation. I just think this is good for ETH.
There's a lot of fun stuff on the timeline though. Gotta say, let me just share some stuff with y'all. I wasn't really cool.
I wasn't on the timeline as much today. So what have I missed?
Yeah. So I'll run you through it. Yeah, I really like this
network where money.
Watch this. You guys can hear, right?
Let there be.
Yes.
An open source network where money flows more transparently. Let there be. Transactions without resource intensive mining activities. Let there be. Tech that can unchain. Your code is the key. Let Ether be. Enter the Ether with ETHV. You can now get Ether exposure for 0 fees with the Vanek Ethereum ETF.
So that was that. They use a Pudge Pay, which is super cool, I thought. A lot of people seem to be pretty happy about it on the timeline too, which is super sick. Then you had, what else? I mean, Franklin Templeton. Also, like being funny, changing their PFPs with the Ethereum eyes, right? Like, Ovi used to always say, like, it's crazy that we used to trade against these people and now they're buying our bags, right? so you have Franklin Templeton changing the PFP. And they obviously like have a whole ad for it as well. You had, I actually really liked this piece here. Where was it? So Hunter Horsley was the CEO of Bitwise. He went, so first of all, I like this a lot. I don't know if you guys saw that, but they posted their ENS of all the ETFs and where they're going to be buying from to make it more transparent. So it's like, ENS maxis right now, they're loving this. The ENS community is loving this right now. One.ethw.bitwise.eth. You love to see it. Then 2, 3, 4, 5. So there was that. But what I liked from Bitwise was Hunter Horsley on the timeline saying, listen, like, he was saying, listen, there's Ethereum is like this, it's like day one of the App Store, right? Like 2007 iPhone, right? There wasn't a ton of things on it. There was Google Maps at first. There wasn't maybe like WhatsApp or all these apps they're using now, but those are coming. They're being built on. I mean, Tyler, what are your thoughts? How are you feeling today on this historical, monumental day of Ethereum ETFs going live?
Yeah, I've kind of gone like full turn on Ethereum. So I definitely got into like the Solana camp, and I still firmly believe that Solana outperforms ETH from a pure ROI standpoint this year, but I'm kind of with you. I feel like the FUD has gotten too strong. I think the inflows are going to be strong. I laid out some targets in my newsletter this morning. I put 5 billion in net inflows 2024 and 6K price target. And I think for ETH to get to 6K, I think we probably need Bitcoin to get to 90K, which feels pretty doable for me here by end of year. If a few things go the right way. So, I mean, I think that's going to be, I think we'll see a 2X off the bottom. So I think we'll see ETH probably go to 3K and then double, just grind up over the rest of Q4. So that's my hot take here this morning.
I like it. I mean, we're not looking too bad. Market's bouncing here. Bitcoin 66.5. ETH is, but you know what? I think, Mando, you make a good point. Like ETH is fairly priced at this stage. Like here, it's a good price, and like obviously, I think everything's gonna push higher with Bitcoin, like you both are saying, and of course, Solana's been really the main narrative, but it's looking good though. Like, you know, I just don't understand the obsession with dunking on ETH, which makes me love it more.
I think there's this weird. Oh, I've got an echo. Let me see if I can sort my audio.
Maybe refresh StreamYard does that right sometimes.
Yeah, I'll come back.
Yeah, refresh StreamYard does that sometimes. You know one thing, Tyler, though, which the only thing I didn't really like as much this time around is the tickers. ETH A, ETH Z, ETH W, ETH. Like at least the Bitcoin ETFs have crazy tickers like HUDL or like, you know, stuff like that. But the tickers were like kind of boring in my opinion. But it's okay. You know, that's the only thing. But what were you saying?
What I was saying is my audio okay? I know it fucks up sometimes when I come back. Yeah, it's good. So what would change my view is if we saw a real acceleration in the tokenization side of things. Like my general view is that we've probably found the best product market fit for crypto, which is as a form of exchange and for the transfer of assets. And that also leads into tokenization. And if ETH can, over the next 12 months, before Solana gets maybe an ETF, it can onboard BlackRock, it can onboard Fidelity, it can onboard these huge asset managers to build funds on there. I think that's a very, very strong moat, but it needs to get a move on. It needs to get a move on about it. And I think it needs a narrative, ETH, because right now I think it's still kind of caught between it a little bit. It's been pushed to the L2s, and people have very mixed views on L2s. And the security aspect is probably its strongest differentiator, but it feels as though that's going to be gradually encroached upon with time as well. So, yeah, I'm not bearish on ETH. I'm just telling you, if you're an ETH maxi, what you need. And I think I think right now on Solana is a bit of a consensus trade on CT, but it's still not it's still a sixth of the price of fifth of the price of ETH. Like it, what that tells me is that, you know, if you're on CT every single day, you're probably picking up on the idea to this trade early, and that a lot of ETH wealth is kind of slower moving and perhaps less on CT. Let's put it that way, because it feels as though a lot of CT is just dancing around in Solana at the moment, right? But it's still a fifth of the price. So I think that's one of the benefits of being on CT, for like seeing that Solana's seen a lot of the culture movement. I think ETH needs to become an institutional chain very, very quickly.
Yeah, I think that actually lines up just quickly. So in some of the BlackRock like sales pitches, I think in their formal document, I'm quoting here, Ethereum's appeal lies in its decentralized nature and its potential to drive digital transformation in finance and other industries. I think the key word there is potential, right? So like it's a bet on the future, but it's not here. So I think Mando's making a good point, versus the sales pitch for Bitcoin is much easier, right? It's just digital gold. And it already is digital gold.
2 words, right? It's
Yeah,
like
so.
Yeah, it is something easier to sell, but I don't know. I just saw that there's a BlackRock video that, I mean, I'm not going to play here because it's actually kind of long and it's a little more on the boring side, because they're explaining ETH to people, to their book managers, but to the people buying ETH. But anyways, that's their sales pitch, and their sales pitch was around here access, here convenience, and integrated technology. So it's a harder pitch. Like we talked about this on the show, right? Like a couple of weeks ago, we were talking about ETFs going live, and we're like, what's the pitch? Like, how are they going to sell this to people? So it's probably the toughest job, right? But hey, that's their job, and they're good at it. Take the people golfing, make them buy a couple $1 billion of ETH. That's it. It's just a shandy and a round of golf. Take it to the Trump Doral, Red Tiger course. Get a good round in. Make them buy make them buy Ethereum. That's it. That's it. It's the pitch. I should sell it. I should go out there and sell ETFs for BlackRock and shit.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a very easy pitch, if I'm honest. I think you should be able to pitch ETH. It can change the world, but at the same time, you need to pitch it as digital oil, basically, or basically buying into the payments network, a global payments network, like you'd buy into or Visa or all these big payment providers. So I think they should be able to pitch this.
Yeah, they'll be fine. I think people. You know what I like though? I love when the timeline is max bearish on something, because the last few weeks, every time timeline was bearish on something, they were wrong, absolutely wrong. So that's one thing that's for sure. And so
are people max bearish on ETH?
Dude, I don't
feels
know.
that way.
Dude, like everyone is dunking on ETH. Everyone, every big influencer, every fucking CT account, everyone is dunking on Ethereum. Everyone. We're cracking a joke, like site comment, like but it's like, look, most of my shit is on Solana, and I'm here telling people like, what the fuck are you guys smoking? Like we got 9 Ethereum ETFs. Okay, you saw exactly the playbook with Bitcoin. We dumped, and then we turbo pumped. So anyways, I just thought it was funny, man. This morning, last night, people were like max bearish, but I think that narrative is going to change very, very quickly. And it's almost like it's become like a left curve trade ETH at this stage. It's like,
but this is what I don't agree on, because I think how is it a left curve trade if it's trading at 5.5 times the value of Solana? This is what I like. This is why I don't get the left curve, right curve, because I think it's left curve maybe for CT, but the thing is, it's like materially higher than ETH. Like it's not like, oh, they're neck and neck, and it's like, oh, who's gonna win? One of them is trading at 20% the value of the other.
I mean, look at this.
That's a big difference.
Check this out. Matthew Sigel posted this, right? He's the head of digital assets of Van Eck. Half an hour in, $60 million traded.
Yeah, that's what I was reading out this morning. So 32%. So that's all right.
Huge.
It's good.
People are saying what, 20%? Remember, I think Tyler, you brought it up, right? It was 20%.
25% is that's where I got my 5 billion. So I mean, 32% holds. I think that's huge.
Dude, that's so good.
What were the Balkanus brothers? Weren't they calling for like less than 10%? Or like they were initially calling for very low inflows, right?
Yeah,
that's where some of the FUD came from.
I think the Bloomberg Bros are calling for way lower than this, so it's pretty good. Nature Rossi was pretty bullish, but what's up, man?
How can you be bearish this? Like, I don't think I just don't know how you can be bearish the ETF. People get very, very aggressively bearish. Like even if you don't believe they'll be able to like sell it as well, these guys are motivated by fees. Like they've produced that advert because they know they're going to make more fees on this than any other ETF they've made. Like something crazy in terms of the number of inflows into Fidelity and BlackRock was the Bitcoin ETF over the last 12 months. It was something like 50%. When you think about that, like if you're seeing around 50% of all of your inflows coming from Bitcoin ETFs, these guys are going to shill the crap out of this thing. Like they are going to be shilling this thing, even if it doesn't work out in day one. Like they are going to be selling this thing so hard for the next 12 months. Do not count this out. They'll like, this is bullish for ETH for sure.
That's why I thought Mega more bullish. Like Larry Fink last week was on CNBC talking Bitcoin, right? So like he may not talk ETH today, but like he will be talking it in maybe a month or in Q4 for sure. Like it's definitely coming. Can we maybe just talk one thing about the inflows? So BlackRock saw 520 million in inflows yesterday, but it didn't really move the needle. So are they delta neutral? Are they a delta neutral trade on Bitcoin again? Like I remember that we were around to that conclusion, a month ago. And then we started kind of getting more bullish on the inflows on a daily basis because the number was going up, and now the number's not going up. I feel like there's been a lot of kind of chatter and confusion about that. Curious if you have a take.
I think there's a lot of noise in the Bitcoin ETF numbers. And I think there will be a lot of noise in the ETH ETF numbers similarly, because funds will come in and they'll do this basis trade. There are funds that now feel comfortable doing this, hedge funds that feel comfortable doing this, and they will come in and they'll do that basis trade. So, which is where they buy spot, they short futures, and they take somewhere between, let's say, 5 to 30% yield at the moment. Like it varies massively. What I do think is the best thing to look at is total stablecoin TVL. And if we bring that up, that's slowly starting to rise again. So we're I think the cycle, if you go into DeFi Llama, it looks like we peaked at 87 billion roughly in 2022.
Where do I go here to see that?
Just type in total stablecoin market cap on into Google, and DeFi Llama will come up. Make sure you get the right DeFi Llama. We bottomed out around 125, so peaked at 185, bottomed out at 125, and we've been flat for the last few months. And then in the last couple weeks, 3 or 4 weeks, we've gone from 160 to around 160, 165 again. So you're seeing a slow increase in stablecoin TVL. I think this is what you should be looking at. That's a much better predictor, I think, of what's going on than Bitcoin, because there's so much noise in the Bitcoin ETF, and there'll be so much noise in the ETH ETF as well. Yeah,
it's one thing's for sure. It's about to get interesting, man. I'm just super excited. Like, this industry is fucking just getting started. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just like you have like ETH ETFs now, Bitcoin ETFs. We're gonna have a bunch of different ETFs now. Like the next one, obviously, like you're looking to the next one, Solana, etc. Like, things are looking great. Things are looking great. I love it. Could not be any more bullish than I am. Tyler, you must have a top 200 today, because shit is popping, including this red candle I'm looking at on DMAGA. A C-Launch just changes the PFP. Holy shit. I'm going to pull up this chart right in a second.
For daily NFT and crypto analysis. Tyler D on Fomo Hour, cause the kids can't miss.
Ready to patch some barriers. All right, so ETH is leading crypto majors ahead of the ETF debut. The ETFs are live now, though. Meme coin majors pretty red on the day. We'll get into some of that in a bit. BlackRock, their Bitcoin ETF inflows hit $520 million yesterday, while CNBC ran a segment about the potential for the U.S. to hold Bitcoin as a strategic reserve. So that concept is spreading. We saw Kobe, his co-investing platform Echo, is going to leave beta this week. So those on the wait list will have a chance to use that platform. Go check that out. HyperLend launched as the first digital asset lending platform on the HyperLiquid chain. So big news for users over there. In politics, Polymarket set new all-time highs in volume and users again, as Kamala officially gained enough delegates the Demnom. It's not formal yet, but she has the delegates. And then there's just wild speculation on the status of Joe Biden, his health, and where he is at. Just in general, Kamala coin jumped 50% back to 24 million yesterday. So Polyfi not dead yet. And Bowden rebounded 150% as well. Had totally written that one off, but it's still got some life. We saw the Jupiter team make what I'll call the strange decision to partner with Irene Zhao for an upcoming meme launch. Those Irene Zhao NFTs, if anyone remembers those, they did jump 700% yesterday on the back of that. And then in free money news, Liquidio, they completed an $11 million airdrop over on Bitcoin to holders of various ordinals. Farouk, you got this. You may not even know it, but you got some of these tokens. So that they airdropped the Liquidium runes to holders of the big ordinals. So your puppets, node monkeys, OMB, quantum cats, and pizza ninjas. And then also to the users of the Liquidium platform. And that token, it's at a $33 million market cap here this morning. Not bad for a lending protocol token.
You're telling me I got more free money today on Bitcoin again? Oh my God, look at that. I got a $68 airdrop.
Hold on. Would hope it was higher than that.
Let me see the other wallet. It's worth $200. Fuck.
Not bad. Hey,
that's okay. Damn it. I thought I was gonna go see like A $5,000 airdrop. You hyped me up.
That's where we were back in Q1, and we just really didn't realize how good we had it.
Yeah, you're right. We really didn't realize how good we had it, but you also just made me realize that I have 0.10 Bitcoin laying in this wallet too. That's awesome. I love that. I love me a good airdrop. I actually I interviewed the founder of Liquidium in Hong Kong during Ordinals Asia, and that's where he announced the whole token launch and everything. Smart guy, Merlin, smart dude. They've got some good stuff going on, and they're building some, like, a lot of people like on Bitcoin, like super bullish on Liquidium. Like I remember the stage being packed for when he talked. So that was really cool. The other thing is, I have a question. I hate to bring politics back up here, but we were having an internal debate. Where is Joe Biden? Can somebody please tell me where the leader of the free world is?
Supposedly in Delaware, hiding out with COVID. I mean, that's the official story. So the odds that he's going to make it today are actually steaming a bit.
Are they?
So I want to say, so this was a new bet they launched. Yeah, he's at 70. Not a super high liquid market over there. So folks think he is going to make an appearance today, but it was looking pretty suspicious yesterday. So with the tinfoil hat theory, so there was, they piped him into the Kamala press conference, but then she made like the faux pas where she like called it a recording and then called herself. So we hadn't really officially heard him say anything yet. Everything had been coming out through the Twitter feed. Some of it had been in conflict with everything that had been said ahead of that. We really just need a statement from him to kind of just clear the air on all of this. And
I'm just super confused about this. Like, as an outsider, I'm your cousin of the North, as a fellow Canadian, North American. I'm just so confused about how the president of arguably the most powerful country on earth is missing. I'm super.
And I think the simplest explanation is that he's old and he has COVID, and he's been sick and probably resting a lot. But that's not fun. That's not what's going to spread on the timeline. So of course there's going to be
his round of COVID sucks too. I mean, Mando, you just came down with it. This kicks you in the face, really.
Yeah, man. Like if he got it, I think he's ill. At the same time, I think it's wild. It is wild that he didn't make an appearance. Like he resigned and he wasn't seen for 5 days, and
it's worrisome.
Yeah, like I actually think there's something to this. Like that his signature didn't look right. Like he clearly his team helped organize that all. It's not a tinfoil hat. Like I don't even think that's a tinfoil hat. I think it's he didn't turn up for 5 days. That is kind of crazy.
That's true. That's the truth. Yeah. Did you guys see the recording thing that that Tyler just brought up? Did you see that video, Mando?
I think he was probably in a really bad state, and to like probably show him would have been kind of terminal for the campaign anyway. So it's just like, well, I got COVID.
Also raises the question, like, sorry,
I felt terrible. Like, I actually thought, like, if he's 82 and he got COVID, like,
oh fuck, hold on, breaking news: the Secret Service director actually resigned.
Yeah, that had to happen.
Good, yeah. Man. Like, what the fuck? Like, it's the wildest thing I think I've seen.
That too, right, Mando? Like, why is nobody following up on the fact that they nearly murdered Trump, and we don't even have details on that either? What's going on in America, Tyler?
It feels like that's not being talked about as much as it probably should be.
What's going on?
That is an insta-resign. It's not even political in this scenario. Like, I have no idea what the hell. Like, when you hear about the story, and you're like, well, yeah, this guy was on the roof, and like we spotted him like hours before, and people are shouting it as he's up there.
46 minutes before, people are like, yo, dude's got a gun on the rooftop. Just let him hang out. He's just sunbathing.
It's like, what is going on here? Indefensible.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I think more heads are going to roll probably still to come from that one. I don't think we've seen the end of it.
Oh my god. This is
now will Biden finish his term is just at 57%.
No
57%. Wow.
Whoa.
I'm on the no side of that. I actually did bet that.
No side of
that. I mean, the resignation I think was super abrupt and surprising. I honestly do it. I think waiting till he was perhaps healthy to step away and could actually make a statement would have made more sense. And then now, like they really are pushing Kamala. Like the best chance is for her to be the incumbent.
Exactly. I think it's the best thing for Kamala here is that he resigns. because then she can have a clean break. She looks more presidential.
True.
You know, she could potentially do some things on like foreign diplomacy, that sort of stuff. I think that would be the best move by the Dems. I don't know if it's, but
I don't know.
it's a
My
good
Polymarket bet on Michelle Obama being the Dem nominee is not looking good right now. I'm down 50%.
nah. As soon as Pelosi said it,
yeah, dude.
Pelosi decided this, right? Like the reason
You
why
should
they got
probably
rid
just
of
sell
it
that
really.
and get out while you can.
Yeah, for sure.
It's okay. I only put $100 in there. I'll just write it to zero or hero. Classic. Speaking of writing zero to hero, do we think this guy that turned $5,000 to $1.8 million sold his dark MAGA before Elon just changed his PFP back? I mean, look at this red candle. Tim's just sent us that.
Oh my God, it's less than 10?
Dude, it just dropped 84% in an hour.
Oh, someone sold. Someone big sold.
He sold this. He changed his PFP back, right? And the coin, he went back to like regular Elon, whatever. Yeah, and this is insane. Oh my God, dude.
Can we go into the Telegram? Can we live stream us going to the? I just want to see what everyone's saying in there.
Oh, yo, what's the dark MAGA Telegram? Is there a Twitter for it? Like I don't know. Where do you find that? Like
maybe that. Yeah, dark MAGA. Maybe that's it.
No.
Go on, check the decks. It should be there, right on the decks.
Oh yeah,
middle.
There it is. Okay, I'm entering the Telegram for my doxed. It's fully doxed. Everything. Fuck it. Open Telegram. All right, let's go. Hold on. Let me just open. How do you open a chat separately? Active. There's nothing going on.
No.
I mean, there's nothing going on. There's no
bearish.
Oh, you have to do the human protection stuff. Hold on. I'm verifying that I'm not a robot. Verify. How does this work? Why is this so complicated?
Whales are manipulating the price. It's bullish
there it
selling.
Is. Hold on. Bullish selling. There it is. This is so funny. Hold on. How do I share? I want to share the chat, but I don't want to share all my Telegram chats. I hit him. We're good. It's just we're in the middle of a lot of sensitive and important things, and I don't really want to share all that stuff. How do I share this? How do I share Telegram on this here?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe web load. Oh, you can't.
I'd have to share
your whole screen, but that can be.
Can you see my whole screen here? Can you see Telegram now?
Yeah, we can. Team is still here, not selling. Dev is still here.
Hold on, let me post it. This is so funny. Hold on. Team is still here. You just
D-Magger is bigger than Elon. D-Magger is bigger than Elon.
This is a Trump token. D-Magger is bigger than Elon.
What a wild.
Oh, I just love these telegrams sometimes.
Look at this. People are buying one soul at a time just to like
What happened?
I doubled my bag here.
Yeah.
What happened? This guy just woke up.
Be right back reported a team member.
Regardless if Elon changed his photo, who cares? This is a Trump coin. No, motherfucker. There's like 50 million Trump coins. Even Trump on ETH is dumping.
I don't. Maybe it is. I don't want to get into that. I love to see.
Yeah, I don't want to.
A sheer panic.
Look, you're calling Elon a clown for changing his PFP. Who cares that he switched his PFP like a clown?
Come on, D-Magger. Let's pull it together. Let's triple this thing.
All right, let's go, guys. We're rooting for you. Listen, we're
very bullish for a different, somewhat related coin that I bought yesterday. It's only $1 million market cap, so I don't know if I can get into it on the show here.
Really?
I mean, does it have less liquidity than your amount of followers?
No,
that's the rule.
It's got more liquidity than followers, so that's good. It's a catchphrase that Elon said in that interview that was going pretty viral. where he was talking about like what happened with his son and now daughter, who went through the gender change, and it is a tagline that could get picked up like for
Oh,
2020.
here we go.
So
oh god, I left that chat. I had to leave that chat. That's too funny. The market is turbo is like rage pumping right now. I don't know what's going on. Bitcoin's back 67.3. It was like 66K. We started the show. Yeah, we just got $1,000 candle.
ETH bulls on parade.
Dude, let's go, dude. The ETH is about to cross over 3,500 again. You love to see it. Send it, baby. I woke up this morning. I was like, this does not feel right. Like, this makes no sense. Like this, it's like that made no this sell off. Anyway, so if you're in DMAG, I hope we could help you a little bit here. But anyway, so sorry guys, that was so funny. Like,
I just wanted to see if a whale had sold, but seemingly it's about the profile picture. I didn't know if it was like devs have not left. I just love that line. Oh, we've all been in a Telegram like that before.
I think we should CTO it. I'm sorry. This is too funny. I mean, we got Billy in the studio right now, our guest of the day. He must think, what the fuck am I walking into? You know what? Let's bring him up. What's up, Billy?
What's up, guys? I'm good.
Dude, are you a DMAGA holder?
No, unfortunately not. I missed out on that one, but you know, it's not too late because the devs are still working.
You can get in.
So it's good. Yeah,
you can get in now, man.
Dude, you just got an 84% bullish retracement.
There you go. Send me the link. That's it.
Oh my god, this is so funny. This is so fucking funny. I'm sorry. It's just, oh, I couldn't stop laughing. That was euphoric. Anyways, Billy, today's show partner, API 3. How you doing, man? Talk to us a little bit about yourself. Give us a little intro. What you up to? What you guys building out there?
Yeah. So I am developer relations for API 3. Basically, I take all the technical stuff and turn it into English for people to understand. API 3 is a price oracle, basically kind of like the ultimate staple of DeFi. So borrow lending, perpetuals, all that kind of fancy stuff. Without oracles, none of that could happen in any of the space. And API 3 is launched their new OEV products, which is Oracle Extractable Value. We'll get into that in just a little bit, but basically allowing people to make opportunities with MEVs on layer 2.
Okay, interesting. That's some big brain stuff. So you're the guy in charge of translating this to English for us.
Yes, definitely, definitely.
So let's start from the start, man. Like, so what is an OEV network? Because you just brought that up. I mean, what exactly does this mean? Explain this to me in NBA terms.
Right. So I think we're all kind of familiar with MEV. It's been talked a lot on the socials. You know, the ability to reorganize something in a block transaction to maximize a profit, like a sandwich attack. Let's say you buy something on a DEX, and then you buy it at a certain price. Somebody sees it. They jump before you, buy it at a lower price. You end up buying it at a higher price, and then they sell, and then you kind of lose on that, right? So you have the ability
from
to
Subway.
Yeah.
Subway.
And so MEV is like when you have these changes in price and there's liquidation opportunities on borrow lendings like Aave or Compound, right? You wait for that opportunity to come, like ETH hits, $3,000 and I can liquidate $100 million off this platform. We wait for that ETH update to update on chain, and then everybody jumps at it and bribes the validators. Hey, we're willing to pay this much amount of money, and then do the validator, do the liquidation, and then we take a profit, right? And so all this money that's being bribed is being sent out to the validators, not really going back to the eco space. But what we don't realize is that the first opportunity to even make all this happen, the Oracle itself has to update that price on chain, right? And we don't do that every second on the second because, every time you do a transaction, it costs gas. So it only happens in certain changes and deviations in price. So like if it's 1% and ETH is $2,000, the next time it really updates on chain is at $20. So 2020 or 1980, depending on where the market's going, right? So let's say you are a searcher, you're like this MEV guy, and you are looking for opportunities. You have this $100 million liquidation position that you see in this location. ETH is, let's say, $2,005 on chain, and you can see that you can liquidate this person at 2007. You go over to CoinGecko and that you see that ETH is $2,010. Theoretically, you should be able to run this liquidation, right? But you can't because it hasn't been updated on chain. We have to wait for like that 2020 to update, and then everybody speeds run. So what the OEV does is Oracle Extractable Value is like, hey, I'm willing to pay this amount of auction bid to have the opportunity to update the price oracle for you and then run my liquidation. So if I win that bid, I get to have the opportunity to update the price oracle and then run the liquidation before anybody else. And because it's allow listed, you can't get MEV'd. So I know it's a little complicated. So on layer 2s, we don't have validators that we can bribe. We have something called sequencers. And so there's no way for us to really bribe them, right? So like it's either first in, first out, like Arbitrum, or some things can be reorganized like with Base and the super chain. So by allow listing somebody, it doesn't matter where you are on the block. You get to run that at the same time as well as the liquidation. So now you have opportunities to do this on layer 2s where it wasn't available before because of the issues with validators and whatnot. So hopefully that kind of explains it a little bit, but you can pay for the opportunity. Yeah. Thank you.
That was a good explanation of something very complicated from a tech standpoint. Raise your hand if you've been sandwiched before on a transaction.
100%.
Mando's like, no, I've never been sandwiched. I am Jared. I'm in control. Dude, that's crazy. Yeah. Pretty much everybody listening here has probably bought a shitcoin before, and pretty much everybody here has been sandwiched before without even knowing it. So it's just the name of the game. You love to see it. So that's actually pretty smart. I like the way you guys approach this. So what's the size of this opportunity, right? Like, because I've never even thought about that. Like, we never even talked to someone who does this before.
Well, it's kind of like, I call it MEV on training wheels, because it opens the door for a lot more people to participate in this right now, because, we only know a select few of people that are actually able to do this, right? So in the future, something that we're going to be launching is like, imagine there's a dashboard on some kind of borrow lending platform, and you as a user can see it. It's like, hey, there's an opportunity here. Are you willing to, pay 1 ETH to take this opportunity? And you literally click a button and it does everything in the background for you. So like, we're trying to open it up and be more on chain. Like, everything is decentralized. I know everybody says decentralized. It is until you realize it's not. But we try to do everything on chain to make it all public. So it's all available. So like, if you are a, aspiring someone that wants to do liquidations and whatnot, and, you try to do it on ETH, you're going to get wrecked, right? Like, there's just too much competition. But when you start working on these new layer 2 chains that are like 1 million are coming out, and we have OEV there and they're using it, you have a chance to start making money yourself. Like, if you are a beginner searcher, it's not being the best, it's about being first, right? So like, if you're the only one doing it on that chain, then, you're taking in all the cash. So it's about being, first opportunistic on the ability to use the OEV, of being able to bid and then just do the liquidations. So we're working on that. That's something that we're doing in the future. We just right now is letting the searchers play around with OEV and experiment with it to see how well it works for them. And then once it gets popularity and people start adapting it more, I'm pretty sure you're going to see a lot of tools coming out from it, from just the general idea.
Interesting.
Yeah.
This is actually pretty interesting. I love that. Just a reminder, ladies and gentlemen, to share the spaces, because we're going to do the Robit loot boxes spins right after that. Hopefully you bring us some good luck today, Billy. But I actually find this extremely interesting, what you guys are building here. I'm just like scrolling through the website while you're talking. I'm like clicking on everything. I'm like,
one thing I want to note, like, while you are kind of like looking through the website.
Let me share it.
Yeah. The thing that makes everything really different is when someone bids on MEV, it goes to the validator, right? So like, like let's say Aave, they do $100 million liquidation, they have to pay the 5% fee. They get nothing out of it, right? Like they get people to deposit into them and borrow out of it, and then the liquidation, they have to pay the 5-10% reward to keep their platform healthy. So they get nothing out of it. So now they have to recoup that loss with more users, more incentives, right? And then that bribe goes to the validator and they say thank you and they keep the ETH. With the auction house system on OEV, what you are bribing, 90% of that goes back to the DApp. So like they say, hey, they paid to update your Oracle, they paid to do the liquidation. Here's 90% of what they auctioned off for you, so you can have that back. So now it's newfound value for the DApp. And so now they have this newfound income of like, what can we do? So right now, like you go to any chain, it's almost kind of like a copy and paste for the most part of like, oh, here's a borrow lending, here's a DEX. What makes something different other than social culture is now that they have this newfound value, they can do things with that money. They can either incentivize with a better APY, so you deposit, or maybe lower the liquidation penalties so you can be a little bit more degen, or they could fund public goods, or they can,
you can have
anything.
Testnet. Chain testing, everything on this thing.
Yeah, we are everywhere. Like we are a first party Oracle, and so like we kind of designed it from the ground up to be able to expand fast. So we don't have to like convince third party, hey, can you serve this, chain? Can you serve this Oracle? Can you serve this? Everything is first party Oracle. So like direct from the source, like CoinGecko, CoinPaprika. Yeah, those datas are all hitting really quick. Like if you search for, let's say, Arbitrum 1 and you hit ETH, just click on Arbitrum 1 on there, that first lower box, and then type in ETH USD. On the very top, you just type in ETH USD.
Here.
Right, yeah.
ETH USD right there.
Right there. And then you can see right there, like that's our price, that's live. You can see each one of them that's providing sources. So you can prove it on there. So like if you click on the bottom one where the little light's going up, you can see the exact source. We're not third partying it. You can like go direct to that and see the price. We're aggregating that data for you on there. So like if it's there, it's kind of public. So anybody can use it if they wanted to. It's ready to go. So yeah. So we have deals with chains and apps to make all this happen. But like in this space, like everybody says, trust me, but they have no way to prove it, right? Like you can actually click on it and then reverse DNS and actually prove where the source came from, when it came from, totally transparent, which is rare in the space. Yeah.
I love that. That is super cool. And so I guess like my last question for you would be like, so how does someone participate, right? Like someone who's listening. If
right now, right now it's limited to scripts, right? So like beginner searchers, beginner developers, I've been hosting workshops with different chains to show people how to use this stuff. But in the end, we want to make it as user-friendly. So we have like a playground. So like the average person can hit a drop-down menu. I want to do it on Arbitrum, or I want to do it on Optimism. And then I want to update this Oracle as a drop-down. I want to update the ETHUSD. And then I want to liquidate this position, right? So we want to make it so simple that it's just drop-down menu that all you have to do is click, click, click. How much are you willing to bid for the opportunity to update this price, and then run it, and then maybe run like an automated flash loan in the background. So that way you don't even have to have the liquidity, right? As long as you have the initial bid, you can borrow the liquidity for the timestamp and then, pay it back. And then whatever profit you keep from your bid to what you get liquidated is what is making it for you. So ultimately the goal is everybody. Right now it's limited to the guys that know how to run a script and know how to run, some Python or some JavaScript. But the ultimate goal is like, let the average user, as easy it is to buy like a token anywhere, as easy as you to liquidate position, as long as you have a little bit of liquidity yourself.
I like that. that. Hefner's asking for a link. It's API3 DAO on X. We've pinned it to the top of Twitter Spaces, by the way, for anyone curious. It's the page with 60K followers, but it's api3.org or just market.api3.org, and you can find that. That's the website I was sharing. This is really cool. So Eddie, where you guys coming up next? Just being able to just allow everybody to basically.
Yeah. I mean, basically, it's a world tour workshop. Basically, so I was at ETC doing workshops. I'll be at Japan at EdCon doing workshops. I'll be in Malaysia for Malaysian Blockchain Week. Damn. Most likely Tokyo. Most likely Korean Blockchain Week. All the chain, all the chain like YouTubes. Start checking out those YouTubes because I'm doing workshops with each community, each developer community, because it's a new concept, right? So MEV is hard enough to understand. So imagine throwing OEV on top of that. It's kind of like a hard concept. So like breaking it down, showing people step by step, okay, this is where it happens, this is how it happens. Nice. And then once people start understanding how that works, we might see that as a social topic in a couple months when people start seeing how much value is being driven back into the chains. So people are digging it. Everybody that I've told likes it. So it's good.
You're being asked on Twitter, does Billy have a Twitter account we can follow?
Yes, mine is super complicated, but I'm going to type it in the private chat because it's super. And mine is a mixture.
Are you a Milady or something? Is that what it is?
No, I'm actually a penguin, but it's a mixture of a penguin.
You're a pudgy penguin. Look at that. Look, I found it. Have you ever been told you look like Alex Pereira?
Yes, and I used to do MMA back in the day too. So like Gilbert Melendez,
you could be his like replacement. You look like someone. I gotta read this comment, dude. Someone said he looks like Alex Pereira if he bought crypto instead of fighting. This is great.
Yeah. I mean, my name is Billy Jitsu, so it has a meaning to it.
Exactly. Toss you a follow here. So guys, if you want to learn more about Oracle Extractable Value, OEV, about API3 and what they're building, I mean, check Billy out. Check Billy out. Check what he's doing. I like when someone technical explains things easily. Okay, because we've got a lot of technical folks on the show, and sometimes it gets a little, at least you make it easy. So that was great. API3, check it out, y'all. Market.api3.org. Today's show partner. Thank you for being with us, Billy. But you hang tight. Hang tight because we're about to do Robit loot box spins. And I feel like today's a lucky day. I feel like today on the historical Ethereum ETF day, someone's going to hit. So here's what we're going to do today. We have 2 questions. Only Sims and I have them right now. We're going to do it on X only this time, not YouTube. So the first person to reply gets to come on stage. So get on the broadcast stream right now. I'm giving you 5 seconds before I shout the question out. I'm giving you 5 seconds. Get on X. It's on Twitter, not on YouTube this time. And you have the broadcast link. I've posted it. Tyler's posted it. Mando's posted it. Fomo Hours posted it. So it's all over. And I can read the comments here. Are you ready? All right. Like question number 1. And you would have had to be listening to know that one for sure. What city is Mando currently in? First answer gets. Let's see. No answer yet. Oh, Pelio. There you go. It's a red guy, that one. There you go. London. Someone said Ottawa. What the fuck would Mando be doing in Canada, bro?
Good try.
Wait, Canada. Kamala Harris went to school next to my house. She was from Montreal. Did you guys know that?
Nice.
Yeah, it was between us. It's where
Request on the space, Pleo.
It's where all the potheads go to school. Pelio. Pelio. Request on the space. There it is. Question number 2. See, that worked out pretty well. See, someone said Lisbon. Hey, you would have been right, but he's on Lisbon today. No, it's not Brisbane. What would Mando be doing? Y'all think Mando's like world travelers? And bro's got a kid. Can't go anywhere. Anyways, second question. I see you, Pelio. I see you. All right. Second question. What is BlackRock's ETH ETF ticker? That's a good one. It's a great question, Sims. Let's see. Someone said API 3, bro. What? ETH, there you go. 1-digit number, Barrett chain. There you go. You got it. That was, dude. Fuck, that was quick. Congratulations, 1-digit number. You got it. I love the comments coming on the right side. Can you guys see them too? It's wild. All right. Well, who was that? Sims, 1-digit number. You won. So come on Twitter Spaces, request to speak. In the meantime, P. Leo, what's up, King?
What's up?
Yo, fellow red guy. Look at that. 1-digit number, request to speak. Come on the Twitter space. Come on, you won. It's okay. You won regardless. We're still going to make you give you this. By the way, the market is looking good. WIF just jumped like 10%. That's nice. Love to see that. All right, let's go. Let's get this going. We got here. So for y'all today, I got a nice box. We got 4 punks, 3 penguins, 6 miladies, 3 doodles, and a bunch of red guys. Yeah, dude. I went in. This is a good box, right? I got a little boring with my boxes for a while because I just do them quick. But today I decided to actually, take the time. There you go. So hide the current comment. So here's how it works, Bailey. Basically, we got 2 people on stage. I'm going to spin for them, $5,000 spin each, and they can win anything from a red guy to a CryptoPunk. So that's how it goes. Let's bless this mic. Pelio, you're first up. Let's see what you get.
I'm sending positive vibes, man. Here we go.
Well, he gets a red guy. There you go. A red guy for a red guy. Congratulations, Pelio. You know what?
Nice.
Congratulations. Thanks. There you go. You know what I love about the red guys is they love getting more red guys. At least this one's not going down to the blur bits. 1-digit number. What up?
Let's fucking go.
That's the fucking spirit. His bio reads, your quant's favorite quant. Let's go. Your quant's favorite quant. Let's see what you get. Well, shit, you also get a red guy. Ooh,
nice.
Ooh, this one's nice. I love that. Congratulations. 1-digit number. You also win a red guy. There you go. 2 red guys for red guys. Last week we hit big. Last week we hit the doodles. Let's see what we hit this week. This week, there's no show on Friday, so we'll be doing the spin on Thursday. Billy, thank you for hanging out with us. Shout out to API 3, today's show partner. Make sure you guys check him out. Have a good one, guys. Tyler, Mando, I'll see you all same time, same place tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for the episode of Fomo Hour on Rug Radio. Let's